guys, Jesslyn here, and in today's video I really wanted to talk to you about something that I just actually posted on my Facebook, and it inspired me to make a video about it as well because I've been doing a lot of reflecting today, and I am just extremely grateful today for a lot of things that have taken place in my life over the course of the last 4 months. All of these changes honestly took place in my life once I made the decision to join the Motor Club of America. And before you think that, this is financially driven, I just want to let you know that that's not at all what I'm referencing. See, I started internet marketing over 2.5 years ago, and many of you may already know that I started my journey with a health and wellness company. And I started internet marketing because I was expecting my second child. I was working a 9-to-5 at a job that I hated, and we were really struggling and living paycheck to paycheck. We were in a lot of debt. We were living in an apartment home. We wanted to be able to build our own home. We had an idea of what we wanted our home to look like and where we wanted to live, and we just had this dream for our family. So I pursued internet marketing even though I had no idea what I was doing, and I just learned all of the tools that I was able to learn as best as I could at that time to try to run with the opportunity. And thankfully, all glory goes to God. He helped me to be successful with that company and retire myself after less than a 1.5 years. So I've been working from home now for almost a full year from my cell phone, generating a full-time income to provide for my family. I haven't had to clock in, I haven't had to answer to a boss or fight traffic, and it's just been a really big blessing. But unfortunately, when I was with this previous company, I was advised in the very beginning to do whatever I had to do to make it, okay? That I needed to sacrifice, and I needed to put maybe some things on the back burner temporarily in order to get ahead, okay? I was given horrible advice. This was horrible advice. We were basically told to ignore our responsibilities as a mother and as a wife to chase after the money. And I made the mistake of doing this. I put a lot of things on the back burner. I neglected my spouse, I neglected my children, and I spent a lot of time hustling really hard in my business to get to where I could retire myself from my full-time job. I worked really hard. I was already working a full-time job, and I was coming home and I was focused on my business, and I was glued to my phone. I was on my phone all day, all night, all the time, okay? And nothing else mattered but my business because I really wanted to retire myself, okay? And I was able to do that. But the problem was that once I came home from my full-time job, I had built a team of close to 400 people, and I was still glued to my phone. I was still sending out dozens and dozens of messages every single day, which this is what we were trained to do, is send out cold messages, post on Facebook several times a day, and I was there constantly trying to pour into a team of discouraged teammates. And this took up all of my time. I don't know how many times I would visit with my mom at her house, and I just could not put my phone down, and she would give me such a hard time and say, "Jesslyn, you are glued to your phone. Put your phone down." And I was, because I felt that if I walked away from my business for even a second, it was going to crumble. That's just how unstable it was. There were ranks, and there were, volume, and there was so much involved with trying to keep that business afloat that I just had to spend a lot of time on it. And I looked at my upline with that company, and she was hustling just as hard as I was. She was making more than double the amount that I was, and she was still hustling just as hard. And this was a big red flag. This was a problem. So long story short, after praying for a very long time, if you have never heard my story before, what I decided to do was follow God's direction and join a new company, which was MCA. MCA had everything that I had been praying for, everything that I was looking to offer for my family, and my mentor specifically could provide me with true value and true tools and training to show me what internet marketing was supposed to look like. It was not supposed to look like a life of being glued to my phone. It was supposed to be about working smarter and not harder. And that's what MCA has allowed for me to do, you guys. I've gotten my life back. I genuinely enjoy life, the simple things. going to the grocery store, playing with my daughter. My son's about to be on spring break next week, and I cannot wait because we are going to have so much fun together, and I'm not going to have to stress my business. You know, I'm going to look back at my life and look at all of the things that I was able to do and all of the things I was able to make memories with and experiences that I lived because of this opportunity, because of the income it generated for my family, but not because I had to be glued to my phone to do it or sacrifice any of that time with them. You don't have to sacrifice time with your loved ones to have a successful business. In fact, it should be quite the opposite. If you have a successful business, you shouldn't have to spend all of your time on it. And that is the difference with MCA. MCA allows me to pursue a purpose and a passion in my life. I love what I'm doing. I have fun with what I'm doing, and I have leads that come to me every single day so that I don't have to go out and chase anybody. And my mentors have taught us that same training. They have told us that not to become obsessed with the wealth. Don't become obsessed with the money. Chase after your dreams, have goals, dream big, you know, but don't sacrifice the time with those that matter the most to you. I spent 2 years doing this, and I look back and I remember nights where my husband had to pick up in so many areas because I wasn't cooking, I wasn't cleaning, I wasn't doing the dishes, I wasn't doing the laundry. All I was focused on was my business. And if I had kept going at that rate, I don't know that my family would understand. I don't know that I'd even have a family because they would have suffered so much from me just pursuing this business. I'm thankful to God for presenting me an opportunity where I can work smarter and not harder, where I can generate a full-time income without having to chase anybody down, without having to hustle so hard. If you're listening to this and this is resonating with you, please listen to me when I say that the money isn't worth sacrificing everything that matters to you. And if you're in a business where you're doing that, please stop. If you have any questions about what I do, I genuinely would love to share information with you, or you can find information in the link below. But connect with me, ask me questions. I will be real and transparent with you about my story and about my journey and exactly what I've learned, because I don't want anyone else making the same mistakes. I don't want to see people go deeper in debt because they can't afford auto shipments. I don't want to see spouses fighting. I don't want to see children getting yelled at because they're interrupting their parents' business time, right? Like, that's not what internet marketing is supposed to look like. That's not the type of freedom, financial freedom and time freedom that this is supposed to give you. And if that is what it's looking like for you, you need to make a change. I hope that this helps somebody today. I hope that this blessed somebody today. And I thank you for watching. Have a good one.